Isn't it amazing the way in which the politicians in Washington have lost touch with hardworking families? I'm Tony O'Donnell, and I've been in Annapolis fighting to allow our families to keep more of their hard-earned money. I have a record of fighting to create good-paying jobs through clean energy and common sense, while simultaneously protecting the Chesapeake Bay. Frankly, I am sickened by and exhausted from the attitude of so many politicians that our families can and should be the ones to sacrifice. They don't seem to understand how hard it is to make ends meet these days. Well, it's time for the government to make some sacrifices and pay attention to the people. These members of Congress go from spending millions to billions to trillions without thinking through the consequences. First, they squandered $787 billion in a so-called stimulus that did very little to create jobs. Then they rammed through a government takeover of one of our most private and critical decisions, our healthcare options. Steny Hoyer's been in Congress for more than 30 years and is the individual chiefly responsible for rounding up the votes to pass the government takeover of our health care. Now we hear stories that congressional perks include insider stock trading. Hoyer's voting record is almost identical to Nancy Pelosi's. But we live on the western shore of the Chesapeake Bay, not the western shore of the San Francisco Bay. Steny Hoyer actually had the audacity to admit it when he said he was a tax, spend liberal, and proud of it. Our values are not those reflected by extreme liberals. I believe we should have a congressman who understands that and whose voting record displays it. In Annapolis, my ideas for lower taxes, reduced spending, and more transparency in our government are concealed by liberals captive to special interest groups and who see the government as a spending machine for their pet causes. But there is hope on the horizon for my ideas in Washington and for getting America back on the right track. We need a congressman who understands what it's like to live paycheck to paycheck, one who has not been disconnected from everyday Marylanders for so long that he doesn't remember what it's like to struggle. We need a congressman who works to create good-paying jobs for hardworking families in Southern Maryland, Anne Arundel County, and Prince George's County. We need a congressman who believes that government should not have first dibs on the money you earn so they can spend it as they see fit. These are the reasons I've decided to become a candidate for the United States House of Representatives for Maryland's 5th District. I believe in personal freedoms, individual responsibility, and common sense. And I believe hard work should be rewarded. I believe in a strong national defense, and yes, that America is an exceptional nation. I love this country, and I fear for its future, unless we get some things right. I spent years in the Navy defending our American values, and I have no intention of standing idly by while our out-of-touch politicians play partisan games which destroy those values one by one. I want to know what's important to your family's future. Please visit my website at o'donnellforcongress.com to share your thoughts and ideas with me. I'm committed to making the future better for all of us in Southern Maryland, Anne Arundel, and Prince George's counties. In the fight for America's future, together we can make a difference. Join me. I'm Tony O'Donnell, and I approve this message.